Welcome back everyone, I'm Craven and this is called Steel 2. We are in the epilogue of the game and we are just going through the entire town of Trista and the academy cause this is our last free day and there is a flea market at the academy, so there's a lot of things for us to do. We are now, like roughly 2/3 through Trista, so we're making great progress. So I'm pretty sure we get to see the academy today, but let's continue where we left off last time. That is by...
Oh, I could probably fish here.
No, Rean. That's not what I was about to do. We were about to talk to Kenneth and Annabel. Our... at least my wish for becoming a couple, because Annabel was wed out to Kenneth's brother. And I'm hoping that that will not work and they get a chance to get it, because they feel perfect for each other. Oh, hey Kenneth, and Annabel too. Oh, it's good to see you again, Rean. So, you saw our request? I saw it, yeah. I wasn't quite sure what it was actually requesting though. Mind clearing things up for me? Oh, I guess that makes sense since you've been away from Trista for so long. Where do I start? Oh, I'm sorry, this is really all my fault. Come on, you know that's not true. My brother is just a pain. Yep, still lost. Well, you know that Annabelle's supposed to marry my brother, right? Our parents set the one up. Now, she's been getting harassed by her family about when she's going to tie the knot. You can imagine that's not a whole lot of fun for her. If I may be so bold to interject, Lady Annabel was not even informed of this arrangement until after it had been decided and agreed upon. As one would expect, she was thoroughly shocked when she found out. She even went so far as to run away from home, which in turn had a stark effect on her once elegant personality. Now that you mention it, I guess so? Well, I have been gone for nearly a year. I feel as though some of the fault rests on my shoulders as well. As such, should the engagement cancellation become realizable, I will do everything I can to make that happen. Wait, are you saying it's possible to call all this off? Well, it may be. Obviously, the first thing I did was ask my parents to call things off, but they wouldn't listen. Their only response was, it wouldn't do to insult a man of the Empire for no good reason, whatever that means. So with the escape route closed, I figured I'd try to go to the man himself and see if he called things off. My brother, the charmer that he is, wasn't having any of that. He gave us a similar line about nobles not going back on their promises, and that was that. Oh, I imagine his greatest concern is our respective families' social statuses. If the social statuses was the reason why the marriage needs to continue, can't he not just switch brothers? Because I feel a chemistry between these two, and I hope it can develop, but that will never happen if she is forced to marry his brother. The head of Lakelord family is only a baron, while my father is a viscount. Ah, I get it. He's worried that not going through with the wedding would be an insult to a family of higher status, huh? Well, this kind of stuff makes upper class society a real pain sometimes. Oh, you're telling me. Marriages of status and convenience often take precedence over those of love among the nobility. That much is true. But for my part, I wish for nothing more than Lady Annabel's happiness, and this arrangement certainly isn't that. So with that in mind, I decided to talk to my brother one more time. Eventually, we managed to reach a very Lakelord compromise. We'll settle this with an old noble tradition, the fishing battle. Ah, now I get it. Fishing battles are split into two parts, right? Obviously, the main event between the two actual challengers, or captains in this case. But before that, their chosen vice captains face off, so that means... It took you a while to get there, but you got it. As a team captain, I'd like you to fish as my vice captain. I asked Annabel to compete, but that seems kind of wrong? I don't know. Yeah, because everybody within all the parties knows that Annabel doesn't want to marry, but it would be a bit of a slap in the face if Annabel tried to arrange it herself. So I get that from a social standpoint with how the nobility is, that it's kind of wrong to let her do the fishing, but Rean would be more than capable of it. Yeah, I figured as much. You guys have both done a lot for me, so I'd be happy to help, but do you really think I'm up for this? I mean, Annabel's future's on the line, and I fished with you enough to quake in my boots when I heard the name like Lord. Sure, I caught Ymir's guardian, but I've been out of the fishing game for a while now. I'm feeling pretty rusty. Hey, I'm the last person you need to be humble around. I'm sure my brother's vice captain is gonna be a good fisherman, but I'm sure he won't have anything on you. I'm not gonna pressure you into doing it or anything though, so if you want to pass, just pass. Still, what do you say? Who am I to stand between two potential lovers? Less fish. Why not? Let's get fishing. I don't know if I'm up to snuff, but if you believe in me, maybe I've got this.
Thank you so much. You have my humblest thanks for doing this for Lady Annabel.
You've definitely got this. Together, we're gonna save Annabel from this wedding of hers. I know we will. Oh, I'm so grateful to the both of you for helping me out like this. Hey, what are friends for? Well, at least acquaintances, yes. Roughly 10 minutes passed. Eventually, Leglot III and his vice captain emerged and began making their way towards them. Yeah, they look extremely posh. Well, look who it is. It's been a while.
You haven't changed a bit. Still as lively as your bait, I see? Ah, how splendificent it is to meet you, and to speak with you again, Kenneth.
Well, good to see you in high spirits, Narcissus. So, what do you say we dive right in?
No sense in lollygagging. This spot will do, I guess. Fish of Trista, rejoice, for I have returned to grace your waters with my line once more.
So that's the heir of the Leglord family. He definitely seems a lot more noble than you do, no offense. But how's he already familiar with the fishing spots around here? Well, he is a Thor's grad. Oh, right. I guess if he loved fishing as much as you do, he'd probably know this city from back to front.
Ah, Lady Annabel, how simply splendid it is to see you again. I hope that you will be suitably entertained by the spectacle that is about to unfold before you.
Thanks? I'm sorry that my selfishness made you come all the way out here.
Please, there's no need to apologize. This is entirely the fault of my foolish brother needlessly complicating things. I swear on my family name that I will defend our marriage. There's no need for you to worry your pretty little head.
Yeah.
So I assume that you're Kenneth's vice captain? Who am I? I am the light-tacular and the stylicious young man, Narcissus. Though you might know me by my alias, the Crazy Wave.
I'm thinking you're not talking about fishing, but that hairdo you have there? That's a very crazy wave, definitely.
Not only do I hail from the Imperial Fishing Club led by Leglord III, I am one of its exquisitants and lead 4. Allow me to offer you my most enthusiastic contrafibulary on being chosen to face me today. May our battle be splendemptious.
I'll do my best too, I think?
Ah, what a commendatorious attitude. Mark my words, young man, you will go far.
Do they pay this guy by the word or something?
Well, now that we exchanged our greetings, I'll get right to explaining the rules. The goal of each part of the battle is the same: catching a designated fish. First, the vice captains will compete. The team whose vice captain catches their fish first will enjoy the advantage of starting the second round early.
Ah, I see. Sounds like a fair battle format to me. Any skilled angler should be able to guide a capable vice captain after all. The outcome of this battle will determine the fate of your arranged marriage. Are you absolutely certain you wish to proceed with this, Lady Annabel? Oh, I am. I am prepared to accept the outcome no matter what it may be. If you're sure. In that case, we're going to fish like we've never fished before and make sure you're happy. Oh, by the way, what fish will we be catching? Our vice captains will be attempting to catch a noble carp. I assume you were being rhetorical when you asked what we'd be catching. The giant swordtail is the only acceptable choice. Going after the big guy, huh? You don't mean the one I caught last year, do you? I've heard the rumors myself. A huge 250 rage swordtail who survived decades of battles. If we caught him, we'll be able to stuff our faces for 2 whole weeks and still have some left over. Lady Annabel, please. If you wouldn't mind acting a little bit more like a lady of nobility, it would be very much appreciated at this delicate time. Now that's the Annabel I know. And the Annabel we love. Well, like he said, we are going to be catching a noble carp. You can use all the ground bait you like, but I don't know how much you have on you, so here, take some of mine. Thanks, these will come in handy. You can leave the area before you catch your fish, but we'll be in trouble if they catch theirs first, so don't wander off. Nah, no sightseeing tours for me. I guess I should get started. Good luck, Rean. We will be quietly and respectfully cheering you on. I see you've complemented your preparations. Well then, let the battle commence. May the best man win. Vice captains, assume your positions. And begin. Round 1, Vice Captain Battle. Control Rean and catch a noble carp. Well, we have plenty of ground bait, so we should be able to last at least a long time. But let this go a bit on luck, I guess. Or do you think it's scripted? That we'll eventually just catch it.
Now that's a catch.
And have one or not. Come on, let us catch it without any ground bait.
Whoa, this is a big one.
That's the second one straight away. Perfect. I did it. I caught one. Preposterable. Has someone finally conquered the crazy wave? The winner is Vice Captain. Battle is Master Rean. Most impressive. You chose your second well, it seems. Well, Thor's has pretty big fish nowadays, so I figured I'd show a little school spirit, you know? Did you know? I presume you mean to imply that your angling abilities now surpass my own? Well, we'll find out soon enough, won't we? That we shall. Phew, nice to know I didn't let our side down at least. Not a chance with fishing like that. You made it look like shooting fish in a barrel. That's a little extreme, don't you think? Narta is obviously really good at this. I'm sure he'll catch his in a minute. Magnificent! The embodiment of the Piscean beauty that has come to me at last. Narcissus caught his fish 3 minutes after your vice captain caught his, which means you get a 3-minute head start, Kenneth. Sounds good. I'll get started. I do wonder if those 3 minutes will always be 3 minutes, Or it depends on how lucky I was with getting the noble carp as second. Because I don't know, like I said before, like I don't know if it's scripted, like you will always get it as second, and then it all determines on how long your fingers will last. Or if it could have been like the 6th of Samuel, because he is giving us ground bait. So there would be an indicator that potentially you could be able to, instead of getting it on the second try. So have I been lucky? Or is it just a facade that the game holds before us? I'm curious about that. Why do you care about this marriage so much in the first place? I thought you didn't care about anything other than fishing. Maybe when you finally mature you'll understand. That's helpful. Look, I'm not about to tell you how to live your life. But I'm also not gonna let you ruin someone else's either. Kenneth. Oh my. I would ask you to refrain from just talking during a sacred battle such as this. Results are the only thing that matter here. I hope you haven't forgotten that. My bad. Sorry. Time for me to go land Annabel the big one. My lady? Is something wrong? Not really. It's just that he never seemed to have a care in the world, and yet all this time he was thinking about me. Meanwhile, I was only ever thinking about myself. I haven't been showing him the respect he deserves. To him, his battle is a serious affair, and he's fighting with everything he has, but me? To me, it was just another tedious ordeal that I just wanted to have behind me as soon as I could. I'm so ashamed. That is nonsense, my lady. I understand how you feel. But save your apologies for later. Right now, he's over there fighting for what he believes in. He's fighting for you. You're right. I will leave everything to you, Kenneth. I can believe in you, right? Your 3 minutes are up. It is time for me to finish this, Kenneth. Round 2. Captain Battle, control Kenneth, and catch a giant sword. I have to... Ooh, because my fingers are not gonna like that. Oh. Ah, come on, don't let it wait so long. It's already hard enough. With you exasperating this. Come on, get in there. No, don't do that. Come on. We got it. The giant sword tail. Ooh, that was rough. Well, that should wrap things up here. The victor has been decided. You did it, Kenneth. Well done, Kenneth. Preposterous twaddlecock. This cannot be happening. It can, and it did. I gave our bout my all, and I was still defeated. I have no qualms with accepting the outcome. But... I cannot apologize enough for betraying your trust, Lady Annabel. However, I believe I have no other choice. I have to request that our engagement be called off. Oh, are you sure? You seemed dead set on going ahead with it before. Duels such as these put the very honor of the nobility on the line. The result has been determined, and I must follow it now. Besides, I believe there's a man far more worthy of your hand than me. Even he can tell. Narcissus, we are leaving. Very well. Then shall we make our aggressitor... whatever that means. I bid you all a good day. Wait. I just want to say that I had fun fishing with you again today. But, are you sure you're okay with this? Why would it not be? I gave you my all. I leave satisfied. You say you haven't changed. But what's the plan now? I'm guessing Dad's not gonna be too happy about all this. I intend to return to Crossbell and continue my training there. There's a lady there awaiting my return after all. Is there now? I wonder if that's who I think it is. Well, give my regards to Kaguya, will you? On a related note, you would do well to pay more attention to the world around you. If you don't do something about that personality of yours, Annabel will. Is it really true that Kenneth doesn't even realize his feelings, or is it just me? No, I suppose it's not my place to say. Regardless, stay diligent in your training. The matter of the wedding may be settled, but our personal battle rages on. Sure, I'm down to fish anytime. You really are, sly one. And he gave Annabel a second chance. I wasn't sure what to make of him at first, but your brother's actually a pretty nice guy, to be honest. Of course, he's my brother after all. Yeah, he's a little stubborn sometimes, but deep down, he's got a heart as big as the ocean. I almost find myself regretting that the marriage was not meant to be. He seemed a rather worthy partner. Yeah, I don't think that's for us to decide, but at least she gets to now. Yeah, good news, right, Annabel? Well, I mean, Kenneth is very charming, but I mean... Annabel? Yes, what is it? I just wanted to say I'm excited that we can go back to spending our days fishing together. Oh, yeah, I am as well. My lady, forgive me for assuming, but have you set your eyes on Oh, don't you... Absolutely not. Well, one ordeal's over, but it looks like it led straight into another one. Yeah, and hopefully their relationship because of this will move a little bit more forward, and that both sides will figure it out and acknowledge their existence. The existence of their feelings. Regardless, it's a pleasure to see that this entire affair has been resolved. I know that I've caused trouble for a lot of people through it all, but it seems as though it's all paid off in the end. Now I must devote myself to ensuring that everyone's goodwill isn't wasted on me. Allow me to thank you as well, Rean. Perhaps we'll have the chance to fish together one day. I hope so. Thank you very much for your help today, Rean. I'll be sure to thank Kenneth too. Oh, definitely thank Kenneth.
This spot looks perfect for fishing.
Oh, thanks for the hand today. I really do appreciate it. At least my brother's not a sore loser or anything. Nice to have things work out that well. I'm just glad it didn't let the team down. Still what? Never mind. His brother has him packed pretty well. Everything worked out and Annabel's finally a free woman. I wonder if she'd be down to fishing together for a while to celebrate. She might be free, but she's still got a long road ahead of hers when it comes to him. Yeah, but if they keep fishing together, at least that road is still there. One day they can walk together. Oh, you must be mistaken. I simply do not see Kenneth in that way. My lady, the Lake Lord family is a most distinguished one, especially considering that its head is merely a baron. Surely you must be open to considering the possibility. That's not the issue here. And please stop talking about him when he's right here. It's very rude. Thank you very much for what you did today, Master Rean. It is the happiest I've seen Lady Annabel in quite some time. Perhaps spring has come to her life at last. I can hear you, Kerrigan. Silence. I like Kerrigan. Because no matter what, yes, he is there for the nobility, but he cares so much about Annabel that her happiness was most important to him. And that's amazing. Thank you so much for what you did today, Master Rean. It is the happiest in Lady Annabel in quite a time. Yes.
Oh, I could probably fish here.
It was perfect. Anybody home? My husband is always busy this time of year, but things are worse than ever now with everything happening over in Crossbell. The least I can do is make sure he can come home to a wonderful meal and a relaxing home. My husband is a very busy at all time lady, but that means he needs to support him and make sure he can relax the moment he comes home. Well, it does sound that the relationship between them is a little bit better at least. Oh, it's hard to believe that we're 2 weeks into March already. I'll be sad to see Klein leave once he graduates, but I do still have one final lesson to look forward to. I'll have to make sure that it's a good one when the time comes. Yeah, and make sure you say your goodbyes. But more pressingly, I'm going to Sunday school today. Those classes are generally far too easy for me, but it will be a good chance to refresh myself on my weaker subjects. Yes, but it's also a good way to connect with other people your own age. I think that's more important to you do the Sunday school than anything else. Because Emil is more than smart enough. Did we accidentally press a button? Oh, alright. You're never gonna replace me as the king of Blade 2 like that. You've got a long way to go, kid. Seriously? Wow, how did you get so good so fast? At least try to hold back and give me a chance. When you defeat me that fast, it's boring for the both of us. Oh, it took me a while, but I finally mastered Blade 2. The original still got its charm. I mean, Crow gave me my deck, so it was gonna be special to me. I'm never gonna let that deck go, either. Too many happy memories of the two of us playing together to just throw it out. And this is also a really nice touch, like that it's not just Rean in Class 7, there are other people out there in the world with positive memories about Crow. That, yes, he'd done some terrible things, but he was deep down, there was some good in him. Oh, we didn't get our Blade 2 decks until after the end of the war. We really haven't had them for that long. But Kay's already got them really good, if that games are his only talent. Well, that might be true. Oh, I'm trying to get ready for this afternoon's Sunday school classes right now. Rosine will be leading one of the classes today too. I'm sure the children will be very happy to have her as a teacher. Rosine's going to be helping me with the Sunday school today. I'm sure she'll be just as good a future teacher as she is a future sister. I can't wait to watch her work. Yeah, us too. Oh, now that the war's over, peace is slowly starting to return to the Empire. That's a good thing, of course, but... But what? Oh, nothing specific. I'm just a little nervous, that's all. It feels as if the war ends with just the beginning of something else. Something that will affect the entire continent. What kind of something? Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to worry you. Please, don't worry about it. After all, today's a day for celebration. We shouldn't be occupying our thoughts with things like that. I think this is the first direct comment from somebody that they feel like something bigger is coming. Because we have been going over it in the comments as well, at least a little bit. And that main reason why Class 7 is breaking apart, that everybody has their own agendas for things that might be coming. Things they need to do that are important to them. And this is just another one of those. It's not just only Class 7, it's the rest of Thor as well. Everyone is starting to feel like the changes that are coming. And they don't know if all these changes are good or not.
You're now halfway through March, which means that graduation is fast approaching. Spring may be a season of farewells, but do remember, it's all so one of new beginnings. Still, with all the trials you've overcome together in the past year, I can't imagine your future will be anything but blessed. Graduation may be part of you for a time, but I'm certain that you will meet again. All is as the goddess wills it, though I will pray that each one of you receives her blessing individually as well.
I hope so too, so thank you, Father. Have you heard the rumors about Radio Trista starting a brand new show? Oh, I can hardly wait to see what sort of show it is. I wonder who the host of this supposed new show is going to be. I can't imagine they'd get anyone on the same level as Misty, but hopefully they get someone who's not too far below her. True. Misty was just magical, wasn't she? Oh, morning, Klein. How was your time with the Imperial Army? Well, super informative, actually. Not only can I tell you much about it, since most of what they show me is classified. Oh yeah, I figured. It must be tough to be in the army, you have to keep your mouth shut all the time. Even though I'm happy how it went, it's kind of nice to be away from all that. Speaking of, why don't we hop in the pool for a bit? It's not a practice day, but I can still get the keys easy enough. Now that's what I'm talking about. Let's do it. Now that I've decided on joining the military, I should hopefully have some time to help my mom out of it. Still, it's a little early to kick back and relax just yet. There's going to be a lot of stuff to think about from here on, and I won't let his sacrifice be wasted. Speaking of helping our families, I think my trip out west to see mine is long overdue. They made it through the war just fine, but the fighting did leave the west in quite a state. Oh, Colette ran off to the flea market earlier, raving about all the exciting things she might find there. Maybe I'll have to check it out for myself a little later. Oh, you definitely should check it out, that's for sure. Oh, I plan on working with the student council next year too. We won't have Toad to help us, so we're gonna have to work extra hard to keep things running the way she wants them. Oh, you definitely should. And if Rean's still here, abuse the living hell out of him. He only likes it that way. Lotte works here in Trista, obviously. Maybe she'll give me a comment for Michael's new radio show. Rean told Lotte he was collecting comments on what makes Trista great for a new radio show. Really? Oh, that's an interesting idea. I don't know how useful my opinions will be, but if you want me to, I'm happy to throw in my 2 Mira. By all means. What makes Trista great to me? I'd have to say that it's because we're a town with pride. No matter how many times the people here fall, they always get back up and moving forward. They don't let anything stop them from achieving their dreams and keep working hard until they're realized. Everyone here has a deep sense of personal pride, and it makes me proud to be able to support people like that. I'm sure the next year will pose us a number of new challenges, but I can say with confidence that we will prevail. I couldn't agree more. Thank you for the comment. Oh, not at all. I hope you can use it. I hope so too. Oh, I wonder what the next academic year will bring. I'm sure it will be an eventful one. This year sure was. Maybe even too eventful? Still, I look forward to overcoming the many trials it will surely pose alongside the many returning students. Yes, okay, let's see if there are any other points still on the map before I go in. Ooh, still got a marker in Brenda's general goods store. Could it be because I already found one item? I think I want to leave that there, because I don't want to accidentally stop the quest before I found more stuff, because he said 1 will be great, 2 will be better, 3 will be amazing. So I want to find at least 3 things to give to him. Because I'm pretty sure we're gonna get points for that, AP points. And we are very close to the top ranking. And since we already missed a couple of quests during the main game, I'm hoping by doing everything we can here, collecting as many points as we can, we might be just enough to go through the threshold and get our final reward. Because it will be amazing, really. I hope Patrick is able to make the most of all this recent training. As do I. He's been practicing late into the night every single day. It would be a shame not to see that bear fruit. Still, it is unbecoming for us to be idling here while he puts in such an exhausting effort. We should return to our rooms and study. A wise decision. I'm also considering joining a club next year instead of just lounging around in a saloon. Patrick really has changed over the past year. We need to look to him as an inspiration and continue to mature as well. Let's return to our rooms and study. Yeah, considering all he's done in the fights and stuff, the effort he put in, yeah. He really is like a new generation of noble. Still very, very high on the nobility, but he's willing to listen, and that's already a great improvement. Doesn't mean that he will let commoners lead or anything like that, but at least he's not shunning them for what they are. At least, you know what I mean. Ooh, janitor. Is that the old man's comment? You know, the janitor might know where I could find something for the flea market. He might even donate something he had already, but there's no harm in asking. Rean asked Heimdallr if he had anything that could be sold at the flea market. Ah, you're looking for items for the market too, are you? Well, Fred already donated everything I had to give. I'm sorry about that. Oh, no worries. I figured as much. With Becky and Hugo as worked up as they are, I'd be stoked if they hadn't asked him a long time ago. But even though I'm out of items, that doesn't mean I'm out of ideas. There was one student who asked me to collect something they didn't need just a while ago. They told me it was pretty hefty though, so haven't gone and done it yet. But who knows, maybe that's something you could sell at the flea market? Really? Yeah, that would definitely be worth looking into. Who was it? I don't remember the name. All I remember is that they were a second year. They also told me that the thing they wanted me to pick up was the result of hours and hours of club work, so that might help. Okay, so I'm on the lookout for a second year who's really dedicated to their club. Sure, I can do that. Clara and her project that she finished off, the big stone horse. That would be cool. Thanks for the tip, Heimdallr. Not at all. Just wish I could have been more helpful. There was a second year student who asked me to collect something they didn't need. I'd forgotten all about it until now, but maybe you could sell that at the flea market. However, it was said that it was the result of hours and hours of club work, so you know they must have really loved their club. I'll have to see if I can find someone who fits the description. Yeah, the first thing that pops up in my head is Clara. She was busy with that sculpture, for, I think even from Cold Steel 1, so yeah. Lots and lots of effort have went into that. Alright, let's see how much we can take care of within the remaining time. Nothing's going to change Dorothy or Thomas, is it? I wish they'd be a bit quieter since this is a library, but I suppose it's time to say goodbye to that beautiful dream. Well, I can let it slide today. Today's a day of celebration after all. Actually, from what I heard, Dorothy sent in a story to a magazine. Wonder how that went. It would be nice if a famous novelist were to come from this very academy one day, wouldn't it? Oh yeah, anyone that's famous coming from Thor's academy would be the perfect poster boy or girl. Our predecessors certainly wrote some interesting things, that's for sure. It seems that some of them may have shared certain affinities of mine, in fact. Oh, ideas, this isn't good. I'm getting so lightheaded that the words are just starting to blur together. Alright, let's take some of these back to the club room to read as a reference. Here's hoping I don't get any drool on them on the way there. I don't even want to know. I respect her for being honest with her, let's just say, interests. But yeah, let's just leave it at that. Oh, Dorothy and I are here to do a little research for the short story anthology we're working on. The librarian was kind enough to get the anthologies put together by previous graduates out of storage for us. They're all so wonderful too. I hope I'll get to write something this warm and sweet someday. The stories written by previous Storage alumni are all so wonderful. I hope they'll be able to write at their level someday. Well, if anyone can do it, I'm sure it will be you. How's everything going in Class 7? It sounds like there's going to be a lot of changes made to the academy curriculum next year after what happened in Crossdwell. There'll be more lessons on the orbital net and new types of weaponry for sure. I don't think you'd have to learn about soldat just because you fought some. Well, I'd be more than happy to have soldat lessons. It means we get to control Valimar a bit better. I tried, but I was never able to make it into the ranks of high achievers in our test this year. I suppose I couldn't be surprised with the amount of smart people in Class 1 or 7 though. Never say never though, right? As always, next year. Gotta study hard now. I can do it. I know I can. And yeah, with everyone from class 1 and 7 leaving, you indeed have an extra opportunity to excel, that's for sure. Ah, there seems to be a few students around who are choosing to spend their final 3 days in Heimdallr and not here. Still, there's no harm in that. The city seems to be completely back to normal. Very odd, isn't it? Well, it's normal on the surface at least. I find it shocking there are so many people willing to dismiss all that's happened as a result of a collective hallucination. The fragments of the great power are destined to be drawn to one another, forced to collide over and over and over again. And every time, the truth of what happened disappears from the memories of all. That is how the system works. Maybe this is part of that system Vida mentioned? Ah, all of this is just so fascinating though. The empire that we live in has so many secrets left to reveal. I can hardly suppress my astounding curiosity. I am more frustrated and sad than anything. A lot of people lost their lives as a result of what happened. And the thought that people are just forgetting it all is... Ah, then that's all the more reason we who do remember it should never forget. As long as you keep remembering, it will always live on. In our hearts, at least. Instructor Thomas? Oh, sorry. I couldn't resist the urge to try and sound cool. It's the year's final free day. I thought I should at least have one teacher-like thing. That's my quota filled. But what you said was very comforting to me. Thank you. Yeah, there is weird things going on with Thomas, I'm sure, because of all the things we've seen, but deep down, there is still a person in there. And things like this does show that. Because in games from Falcom, from the series, people are usually not black and white. They have a personality, they have a history, they do good things, they do bad things. Most of it for a certain reason, but they're definitely not the easy kind. Alright. Let's see, how many people are in here? Decent enough people. But, as you might imagine, I will leave today's episode here. And next time, let's see if we can finish off the rest of the academy. I think most time we'll spend will be at the flea market. And I think the Annabel quest that we did today took about 20 minutes or so. A lot longer than I expected it to be. But it was definitely worth it. So, like I said, next time we're going to continue with the academy, see if we can find at least 2 more items. One is already on our radar, the second should be here somewhere else, that we can give to the shopkeepers of Trista for the flea market. And of course, I think we have another quest as well that we still need to work on. Which was... Let's talk Trista. Oh yeah, the comments. So we need, what do we need? Got the elderly person, the child, and got a worker comment. So all we need is a student and a teacher, which we'll definitely find around the academy, so that's good. And for this we need 2 more items, and then we only have the 2 mandatory ones that we'll leave for the end. Which I think the race will be nice, and this is where the difficulty might be. Class warfare. I'm pretty sure we're gonna be attacked by the noble classes, definitely. And if we can pick our favorite team, we'll definitely win. We have so many Zarams left. We can force our way through and not even think twice about it. So yeah. But for now, I will leave it here, and I wish you all a great night, morning, day, wherever you are. And if you're still here, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe, and be back next time, as hopefully we'll finish off the academy so we can continue on with finishing up the mandatory side quest. See you then. Bye bye.